Can we learn from self-doubt? Like, it is something that haunts many of us. Just like the nature of doubt. We doubt everything. We doubt, God, is this girl gonna like me? This guy gonna love me? Is this job gonna be okay? Megan probably thinks at her new job, I hope everybody is friendly. And we have these doubts. But I think we can turn our doubts from our enemies into our friends, just like we can with anxiety, just like we can with fear. And I think, because I do it myself, that other people can too. We can turn our self-doubt into growth. Because everything we do, just the rest of the day, there are all these doors we can open. All of them, and then we doubt, like, oh God, what do I do? Like Twan was a great example. Work just called in to do a tire thing, and you're like, man, I'm not going through that door. You just choose what doors you're going through every day, all day. And some of them are big doors, big decisions. We're just doubt. And it seems like it's a big void. Like this morning, I woke up, my vision was a little off, and I'm like, this seems like this is going to be the abyss today. This is odd. But I think if we just wrestle through that doubt and open those doors, we just find all kinds of wonderful things. Like, I like when certainty fades. I like whenever I think I know something and I'm certain of it, and then all of a sudden I start to realize, oh, that may not be entirely true. Like, that gives me a little, if you like this content and it really helps you as a person, then you'll really love the No BS Path to Enlightenment, because it's really no BS and it supports our work here and it will support you. Go get it in the link below. Humility. It lets me know that I'm not always right. And I'm okay with that. I don't want to always be right, because then I'd probably be a walking prick, which maybe some of y'all think I am already. I don't know these things. But uncertainty opens doors because, for one, it makes you likable. When you don't know stuff and you're okay with saying, yeah, I'm uncertain about that, it allows for trust, because then you're not a know-it-all. I just think, and it opens up fresh, new possibilities, and a bunch of them. And this girl's courage is like ridiculous. That's something that you're never going to find me doing, and I hope y'all don't either, because then I'd be worried about y'all. If I saw Jim out there doing this crap, I'd be like, Jim, no. No way, brother. We're not doing that, man. But it takes courage to go to the unknown. And what do I mean by that? Like Megan's a good example. Megan's like going into the unknown of recently getting a job, right? And it's scary. We all remember our first day walking into the new place, and it's like totally unknown. But if we go in there with our head up high and we realize we don't know everything and we just want to be friendly and make a friend and do our best, that void becomes filled. Even though we were totally uncertain about the whole thing, it becomes filled with awesomeness. Because we were just kind of awesome about it. We're just going with the flow. We're not trying to be a salmon and go upstream, which is good to go upstream sometimes. I think part of this self-doubt comes from the lack of people asking questions. Like, every time you're in doubt about something, just start asking questions. Like, okay, why would I be in doubt about Jim wanting to start rock climbing? I would start asking questions. I would probably start getting to a very good answer that I could talk to Jim about. He might disagree, but it would start to create wisdom inside of myself. I started asking questions about religion whenever I was a young man. And across that journey, I realized that the more questions I answered that were unanswerable, the more I was able to navigate my own spiritual journey. I did not need the right answer, because there are none. And that means we live all kind of in this gray area, right? I do not think there's anything black and white. I don't, not except for Desmond and Randall. Like, that is the extent of black and white, right? And then just the fake pigment that we have. This, my definition of good might not be Jim's definition of good. Jill might not like how I forcefully or firmly, not forcefully, but firmly address people sometimes. And I think it's totally appropriate and necessary. Like, I am extra blunt. If you are rude or if you've done something that needs to be addressed, I'm just going to tell you and call you out on it. If we disagree about an idea, that doesn't mean I don't like you, Desmond. Like, we can have a talk about this idea, and I can be blunt and forceful about that idea, but that doesn't mean it's you. But some people can't do that. Me and Wayne had this conversation the other day, and people think it's either black or white. Like, I had this, Wayne knows this, I had this guy tell me that I am going to burn in hell forever because I said I do not need a mediator, a middleman for me to talk to God. So I don't need a Jesus or a Buddha or anything else. I can just talk to God. He says, well, I'm pretty sure you're going to hell forever. And I said, I'm pretty sure you're insane. And I believe that. I believe people that think that there is black and white and that they know the mind of God, take off running. You need to run. You need to just get on your skateboard and just skate your happy ass away, because that is bad. Bad. But I think there are answers in between the spaces. Like, it's like, this fascinates me, because when you reflect on the answers people give you, you start to find the real answer. Like, okay, like that guy was nice enough. He's like, okay, but I'm still separatist, and I'm kind of an elitist because, I have this gateway to God, and, you don't. So you go over there and burn. Like, to me, that is a separatist notion. And I'm not a separatist. I think we're all full of love and we're full of hate, and we can let one or the other conquer us. One or the other is going to kind of play out. It's going to have the upper hand. And in order for one to win, well, hate is easy. Love, on the other hand, requires some work, some inconvenience, going out of our way. And then we can just kind of fill in the gaps as we go. We don't need to know every single thing. And it's all a contradiction. And inside all of these contradictions, there's a lot of wisdom. Like, a lot. Like, does it really matter in our life if we decide to go right or left? Maybe. Maybe we go get eaten by mountain lions on the right, and then the next we just go to a gingerbread house and get fat. Who knows? You don't know. Life is strange, and it's full of contradictions. And nobody, and I mean nobody, knows what God is. And in the second they say they do, it's scary. I was just listening to somebody a couple of days ago that there are no contradictions in the Bible. There's no and then somebody else, I thought that was funny. Somebody else in another religion, there's no contradictions in the Vedas or the Dhammapada or Rig Veda. All these things. I'm just like, oh my God, really? Really, people? The overriding message is just, hey, let's love each other. Let's do better. Let's not be assholes. But no contradictions. Come on. I think doubt gives us creativity. I think when we doubt ourselves, like, oh, can I really do that? Like, Dewan, could I really pass that test? Did I study hard enough? I'm a little unsure. You're probably really confident walking into that test. Like, I probably got this because, I've been studying, and then plus I'm a mental badass, but there still was a little sliver of doubt. Like, you had a little sliver of doubt going, God, am I going to pass this test? I hope so. I think I am. But those slivers of doubt are real healthy. Like, if I think sometimes, like, does anyone want to be my friend? Like, am I worthy of being somebody's friend? Like, that's some self-doubt. I've thought that before. I'm like, okay. I see other friends and how they interact with me, or so-called friends. I'm like, I don't know if I really want them to be my friend. I have one guy that I've been close to for 3 decades, and I call him this particular name that I really can't say. It's called F-Tard. And that is just his name. I call him that all the time. And I'm sure you're probably watching this, Daryl Ray. And but it's true, because he is. Incredible guy, one of the wealthiest, smartest, great guy. But as a friend, he's unreliable. Love being around him, always calls me, we always go to dinner, hang out, but just unreliable. So, and I tell him that, you're an F-tard of a friend. Like, why do I mess around with you? I don't know. So it makes me think, do other people think that about me? And I kind of have some self-doubt. I'm like, oh God, was I not there? Did Jim tell me that something was bothering him and I didn't follow up? Or did Wayne say something that I missed? Or does Wayne go, I don't know if he listened to me the other day when we had lunch. Yeah, I don't know. I get self-doubt like that. Sometimes I'm like, did I say the right thing to Jill? Is Jill irritated at me today? Like, you just have these little bitty doubts in your mind. But I think that allows for creativity, because then you can go, how can I be a better friend? How can I be creative with how I communicate? How can I be just a creative listener? Because if I can listen really good to Desmond, that means I'm going to have a really good conversation with Desmond. I'm just not going to be waiting my turn to open my mouth. I'm just going to be listening to Desmond. And then that creativity is going to flow so we can just circle and have a beautiful dance of communication. I just think it's great. And I think uncertainty is the teacher. Nobody is certain about damn near anything. I mean, we're certain we're not going to fall through this concrete. Well, maybe. We're certain that the sun's going to shine. But what we're not certain of is how this piece of dirt right by that canal over there, how that dirt and that water is the same thing that we all are. It's the exact same thing, but if I pick it up and throw it in the air, it doesn't all of a sudden, form Jesse and starts talking to me. Like we're uncertain of consciousness. We don't even know why we're able to do this. Nobody can explain it. Like nobody. No doctor, no scientist, no philosopher. We just know that dirt and that water is the exact stuff that we're here. Like, that's weird. It just is. And we're uncertain about it. So when there are people that just say with firm authority that this is it, this is what... Hey everybody, like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. It really helps a lot more people see us, and we really appreciate it. Thanks. This is what either God is or science is. And science is nothing but a constant debate forever. And what did we hear in the recent years? The science is settled. The science is never settled. Ever. About anything. Especially at our level of understanding. So I'm just real big. I think I even mentioned this in my book. Just take a little pause. Like Tawan. He's telling me he was having a stressful month. It's important. Just take a pause. He just walked outside. He took a couple of deep breaths. I'm a little better. I surround myself with good people. I don't need to get upset real fast about everything. Just take a pause. A guy called you in to do something stupid, and you're like, I went through the door of, go F yourself. And you were okay. You even kind of got a spring in your step, walking right back into the door. You're like, that's what I did. Good for you. You were kind of uncertain. But man, navigating all of this thing, all of these false understandings and false crap, false science, false history, like we talked about last week, like all of these things that are baffling. And I'm going to finish. I promised y'all I was going to do it this Sunday, but I fibbed because it's too much. I couldn't get it done. I'm going to finish it for next Sunday. Of what my belief is, what's happened in time. So if y'all missed all that, go back and watch some previous videos. I think we are best when we start to discover what is not true. Like, I don't have to know everything what it is true. I just have to figure out what is not true. Like, I can see when a friend does not act like a friend. Okay, well then it's not true that he's my friend. He's not. I don't have to be told I need to kneel down and pray 5 times a day in order to get to God. I don't need somebody to tell me I do need to go through a person to get through God, or I don't. Nobody knows. The truth is, whatever I feel and believe on the inside. If me and Desmond can walk outside, lay down in the grass, and just ground, and we can both close our eyes and just be quiet and feel nature and communicate to God in our own way, that is what is true for me and Desmond. Nobody else can come and steal that away from us and say, oh, no. You can't ask directly nothing. So I think the more we're in self-doubt about things and asking more and more questions is better. And to say I don't know is powerful. Like, first of all, if any of y'all just say, I don't know, all of a sudden you instantly built credibility. Like just right out of the gate. Oh, good, he's not a know-it-all. He's not pretending to be something. He's not one of those guys that you ask a question and he just has to open a diarrhea out of his mouth trying to give you an answer that doesn't mean anything about anything. We open the door for our authentic self by just those 3 words, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's the best 3 words ever. Because most of us don't know. What do we not know, babe? That we talked in Ancona, Italy? We don't know shit from Shinola. And that is a fact. And all of this self-doubt creates, to me, resilience. Like we become stronger because we don't have to be certain about anything. I don't have to be certain that Jill is always going to love me. I don't have to be certain about that. I mean, I like to feel that's going to be the case. I would like to think me and Ricky are certainly always going to be friends. But there's nothing certain in this life. Zero. And then so that makes you flexible. It makes you resilient. It makes you thoughtful. I mean, hell, you 2 boys might not want to come out anymore. After I just kick y'all's ass at pickleball. I mean, you might not. It might not happen. Wayne and I might have lunch. He goes, oh, God, I didn't realize Kevin was so rude. It's probably unlikely, but it could be because, I've been known to be rude before.
I think that's why we get along.
Yeah, I think that's why we get along. So it makes us ebb and flow with that compass. Like we just have to decide what path we're going down and who we are going to maintain our relationships with. It is the most important thing we can ever do in our life. There is nothing more important than picking who you're going to surround yourself with. Nothing. And I can't express that enough. If you are picking the wrong people, somebody who is just not a bad person, like they're doing the things that you either wanted to do, or they're spiritually reaching out to try to figure out this life. If you're not surrounding yourself with an eclectic group of people to expand your consciousness, you are doing yourself a disservice. You are doing more harm to yourself than good. If you're the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. You are in the wrong room. What did JFK say? That Nobel laureates all sitting around. He said, this is the smartest gathering of minds ever known, except when Thomas Jefferson dined alone. What a compliment. What a compliment. So I just want y'all to really contemplate that we're not going to know everything, and we don't need to know everything. We're all on these incompleted journeys. Most of us have started something we haven't finished. We have done, which gives us the opportunity, if we still wanted to do that thing, like I'm sure there are things in Megan's life she started and she hadn't finished. And if she really had an aspiration to do those things, she can pick it up and be more creative about it. Wayne's doing new things. I'm doing new things. We're all doing new things. Ricky thinks about doing new things. Unfinished things. We can be creative about it. It gives us another opportunity just to start over. And wisdom is in waiting. And we don't have to be in a hurry about anything. You still have to hustle. I don't mean don't hustle. You still have to work and achieve and move. But you don't have to think it's going to happen instantly. You're not going to work your ass off all day and go, all right, I'm done. I made it all. I could have a heck of a day trading and went, oh, good. Look, I made $10 million. I'm done. I don't think so. I don't think so. Like Jill can tell you now. Jill just started trading. Kyle's a trader. I've been trading for 30 years. It's a waiting game. It's patience. It's super patient. You have to ebb and flow. It's just like I'm not going to interrupt a friend who's in a conversation with somebody else just so I can change the subject because the timing's off. That would be rude of me. It's the same way when we're achieving things, like wait for the setup. Wait. Whether that's even in beliefs, where everything that we do, just wait. Ask the questions and wait. Do you have the right ones? And I don't know. I don't know a lot of things, but I definitely know a lot. I think when we have doubt, and we have doubt with friends, it allows us a better connection. Because I don't think any one of y'all are here are going to tell me, Kevin, I think you're going to hell because you don't have a middleman. And if you do tell me that, I'm going to say you're batshit nuts, and I got to question your insanity and I'm not sure if I want to be your friend. Because I don't know how anybody could be somebody else's friend if you don't even understand time, first of all. You don't understand time. 1 trillion years is just a dot on the linear aspect of time. In our lifetime, you can't even see inside of 1 trillion years. And so for any action I take now, you're going to say that God is going to torture me for something you can't wrap your mind around. That is so absurd. That makes the worst genocidal dictators that have ever been on the planet look like innocent schoolboys playing on a swing set. That's a fact. So I got a problem with that idea, in case you didn't know. So there are no concrete answers. Nobody has any concrete answers. I don't know what happens after 1 trillion years. I can't even wrap my mind around $1 trillion, and people are throwing it around like crazy. And if we had $1 trillion in $100 bills, it would take up this entire property. The entire property. You can't even wrap your mind around it. It's just insane. There's nothing concrete. Isn't that the beauty of it, though? The beauty of the exploration? Just beautiful. It's beautiful. How about just traveling? Like when y'all go home or go somewhere new, just don't use your GPS. Don't use a map. Don't even think about it. Say, oh, I want to go to Longview, but I don't want to take interstate. I just want to go a different way. I want to go a different way. And who knows, maybe I'll get lost. Good. Pick a day you can get lost. Pick a day, see something new. Pick something new. All right, we're going to close up right here because if you don't have self-doubt, I think you're delusional. I think that's a fact. Like if Wayne thinks he's going to instantly go out and incorporate his new business into a massive success in the first week, he has no self-doubt and he's a total delusional maniac. That's a fact. But self-doubt can make us learn more, right? Because we're asking questions. Some people might go, okay, that Kevin, I really like listening to him sometimes, but boy, he just threw me off with that hell thing. I don't like that a bit. I got to go talk to my preacher or pastor. I can start asking different questions. I can figure things out for myself. It makes you learn more. Or the times that we talk about any subject that I'm well versed on, people can have that conversation with me and then go look up themselves, and then I can do the same with them. Like you can tell me something about an airplane that I might want to know about. And I'd go look it up myself because I had self-doubt. I don't know that for sure. That's what people should be doing. Self-doubt allows us to find out more truth for ourselves, and it's never going to be finished. As long as we live, we're never going to know everything we're going to need to know. We're not going to have any answers about anything. Everybody that has ever been fully dead and come back to life and tell their story, there are contradictions even in those people that have been legally dead and came back to life. There's no certainty in anything. Nothing. But there is certainty whenever I look Desmond in the eye and we give each other a good hug. Or if I see Jim and he laughs, says, hey man, we're going to have coffee next week, I'm certain that we're going to have coffee next week, unless something bad happens. I'm like, there are some things that are kind of certain, but most of it's not. And if you like walking in the woods, you like meditating, like stargazing, you like getting your butt kicked in pickleball, you like any of those things, then come out in person. You are welcome. We'd love to have you. We're a small group doing big things, and we're going to do a lot bigger things too. So peace out, brothers. We'll see you.